All right. So I
All
didn't
right.
know that I was going to get this snag,
Oh man.
but Tony Thomas, you have given me really a lot in my own career. I'll just go ahead and state that, right? As I served on advisory with you for the last 3 or 4 years,
Yeah.
some of the ways you think aren't normal. I don't mean that in a negative way,
No, I get
right?
it.
I think of it
I
as,
call it
as
contrarian.
yeah, sure, whatever you
Contrarian.
want, contrarian.
hmm
But the point is, tell everybody that doesn't know who you are, and what you do for ConnectWise.
So I'm Tony Thomas. I've served the community for over 10 years.
Yep.
The best way to explain what I do for ConnectWise, I don't think you can explain that in a title. So let me kind of articulate it
Which is
to
great for
you.
job preservation. I tease. I tease.
So when you think about ConnectWise, what's happening in the halls of ConnectWise is a very specific, methodical, and consistent approach to what we would consider to be a vision
Sure.
that we have for our industry. And it's not a vision that we have to who we sell to. It's a vision that we have for who you serve,
Sure.
the SMBs,
Amen.
right? And creating an ecosystem, an IT ecosystem that unlocks digital outcomes that gives them the potential to create more jobs, that helps those small businesses remain the backbone of the worldwide economy.
Yep.
There's 140 million of them worldwide.
Oh yeah.
We spend
It's
a lot of
larger
money.
than the corporate output
Way.
completely.
So
Yeah.
when you think about mid-market enterprise, in total, there's about 900,000 mid-market enterprise
Sure.
companies, but 140 million
Yeah, yeah.
globally
The math,
of
even at
small.
3 employees,
Oh yeah.
still takes it out. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. So
So
so then when you think about that, you know what you're fighting for,
right.
because those are the and everybody's like
I
one
love that
hop
you put it in
away.
that frame, right? Because you're transcending the service delivery endpoint of that, of going, what do they need to be able to deliver to them?
Oh
And
yeah.
and you and I have had these conversations, right, for
Yeah.
for years.
Oh yeah. And so it's like it's one of those things where you know that if you can help you, our partner, right? Our partners help their end clients, then that's the thing that we should be chasing,
Yeah, and it
right?
grows the market, right? And
It
even if
makes
there's
it bigger.
competition, and Pax8 might do what they do, and I love who I work for,
Sure.
and you do what you do, and we
Yeah.
have some competition.
Yeah.
If you can grow the market, the competition gets to stay in the same
Look,
plane,
it's straight up
right?
like capitalism by the definition of
Amen.
Adam Smith, right? It's
100%.
consumption. You choose
Yeah,
what you want,
yeah.
and you create a great competitive spirit in support of the end client having what they need from you, the partner, right? Them, the
And you'll
partner,
grow that end client. They'll have more bodies. They'll have more SKUs,
and then
and
everybody
everything
grows,
grows. I mean,
right?
that's
So
the
so
point.
140 million SMBs worldwide. There's about 500,000 what we would call technology solution providers
Sure.
worldwide. What that means is there's a deficit. That means there's plenty of business for everybody. There's
True
a
story.
lot of demand,
I believe in that fully.
not enough supply. So
Yep.
what do we need to do? We need to build more service providers, because that's where the entire
Which
digital
takes
economy is.
education, which takes
Ex-
process and
A
enablement,
community.
empowerment, and
It
it
takes
takes
a
a community.
community.
And
Takes
that's
a
why I love
community.
sitting here and having an employer that lets me do this, right?
Yeah.
They don't mind me helping drive your mission.
Yeah, yeah. So
Um,
so you're not going to hear corporate mumbo jumbo from me.
Right. I know. That's what I love
That the
about you.
community won't let me do that.
Yeah.
They've changed me, right? So vision, right? Mission. That's what we do. That's a mission is not something that you look on a horizon. A vision is something you look on a horizon. Mission is when I go home each day, how did I take the hill?
Yeah. How did I serve that next
How did
step?
how did I take the hill each day?
Yeah,
I need to win
agreed.
the hill each day, right?
Agreed.
And that goes back to the partner itself.
It does.
Have I done something to help them with their
Because
platform?
you don't scale. You have to scale through them, and you have to scale through that enablement, right?
You
Like,
have to
that's the
scale
point.
through that enablement. You have to scale through them, but the relationship with scale that you have is you help them win anytime you come into
Yeah.
a point of interaction with them, right? And that's so when we think about our mission and we think about the services, the products, the community that we continue to invest in
Yep.
every day. If I'm not doing something in support of those three things, I'm not actually living the mission,
Yeah. Agreed.
right?
So I'm here to ask the harder questions,
Yeah.
one of the things I have a theory. I've said this several times, and sorry if anybody's watching this series, but I have this theory where a product will never really exceed the maturity of the consuming entity, right? By much margin, because capitalism doesn't support it. I'm not going to go continue to make the more and more and more and more refined thing that no one will appreciate. And so I think the point is we're starting to see this drastic rise in the maturity of the consuming entity, the MSPs and the SMBs to some extent, right? And you have most of the big field, the ConnectWises, the Datos, the everyones, in a world where we've been in this band and now it's kind of shifting. What have you seen change at ConnectWise in the last year? Because you've been there a long time. You've been very high up in the executive strategy leadership. What's changed in the last year at ConnectWise? And what's the business outcome? And I'm going to do it in your words, all the way down to that consuming SMB. What's something you've seen?
So I think the most pivotal point for us when it comes to change was in 2021 of last year
Okay.
when we got up on stage at ITNation Connect and we made 3 promises.
Yeah.
Promises are
They're
human.
on the board. Yep.
Promises are human. That is the essence of a commitment, right?
Right.
Those 3 promises were more innovation faster,
Yep.
make it easier to do business with,
Yep.
and even more investment in growth. Right?
Amen. For everyone's growth, right? This
Everyone's.
is all the way down that
Oh,
chain.
no, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
This is us to the supply chain.
I love it.
Right? This is us to supply. This is what is ConnectWise's skin in the game.
Yep.
When it comes to the 4 points of ConnectWise is a supply chain company, by the way.
And yes, you are.
And we learned that at COVID when SMBs were hitting the floor.
Yep.
We saw it for the first time. We saw that, right? We had always said it's there, but when you go through something existential like that, you see it,
100%.
and it changes you.
And you can see it because I've already interviewed 3 new executives that you've hired in that last year. And so I was kind of leading you with that question, but it seems like the siloing of your organizations into their ownership units, the growth in having Beggs come on and tackle some of the hard challenges of technical debt that he's done over and over again.
You can't make those 3 promises and not put your money where your mouth is,
True
right?
story.
So I'll tell you what we mean by that, though. It's always a who,
Yeah.
right? Yes, we can build new structures, right? We
Right.
certainly don't want to exercise the definition of insanity. We want to break it, and how you break
I've
it.
done it a few times, but yeah.
Everybody has, right? But here's the antidote to it. Never a cure, because insanity will take over at some point, but it's never a cure. It's an antidote. The antidote is a structure.
Yep.
So enter the GM structure as something that's
I love
significantly
that,
changed,
by the
right?
way, and we're going through our own.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's-
these are
it's
many
brilliant.
CEOs that have significant skin in the game, right?
Yep.
And then there's a who.
Sure.
If you don't land the right who to steer that structure,
Why you gotta bring that up, man? I'm sorry. I went to PAX 8. I still love you,
listen,
though. No, I'm just kidding.
you're here, ain't you?
Yeah.
You're
I'm
here.
sitting here,
You're
so I
here.
guess
You're
it
part
works
of. You're
out
in the
end.
family. You're part of the
I love it.
ConnectWise
Yeah.
economy. You never not be a
Yeah.
part of it.
I love it.
That's so there's DNA there, right?
Yeah.
Pioneering DNA
Absolutely.
that crosses paths. So yeah, so GM structures have been changed,
And then the who's.
and then the who's, and then really kind of you see how big this ITNation Secure conference is?
This isn't a profit leader. Let's
No,
put it that way.
It ain't. It's an investment,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
And last year we were regulated to 500 people because of obviously
Right.
COVID and so
and now
forth.
you're at 12, 1500.
Gangbusters,
Like gangbusters.
gangbusters,
Yeah,
right?
it's
And
been
that and
fantastic.
listen, that's not the end to it. Our goal is to make this the RSA of purpose
Yeah.
in our industry
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
right here
100%.
in this beautiful hotel that we call the Gaylord Palms. Why was this place chosen? Well, if you go to the atrium here, it's a beautiful rainforest, right?
Yeah.
It's a
I do love
jungle.
it. It's amazing.
It's a jungle.
Did
It's
you
a
speak that?
wilderness, bro.
I love it.
When you think about cybersecurity,
It is.
it is about navigating that wilderness. It is about surviving that wilderness. And what is better than when you have somebody that's got your back in that
Yeah.
jungle?
And you can see it. Listen, I appreciate you, Tony. We've known each other for a long time, and I really appreciate you sitting down and doing this interview with me.
You got it, man.
See you next year.
See you next year.